overweight right now, but I think I lost a little bit of weight. I weighed myself in at about 230 pounds the other day, and I just weighed myself, and I'll put it up on the screen. It came out to 225, so I'm trying to lose weight. I'm trying to do that through diet and exercise now. I walk outside. I'm starting to work out in the gym, and I'll show that in a sec. And I'm trying to eat better. Right now, I'll show you what I've got here. It's tuna. It's actually pasta that my mom made for me, and I don't, I don't live with my parents, but just throwing that out there, just in case you're like, okay, maybe he lives with his parents, but my mom just made it for me, but I didn't have the tuna in it, but I had some tuna for some protein, because this is a post-workout meal for me. And a post-workout meal, it's good to have a fair bit of protein. There's nothing wrong with it, of course. I'll get back to it. There's nothing wrong with living with your parents too. I did that for like a long time, off and on. But and some people are really young too, so that's understandable. I'm not sure what these noodles are called, but yeah, they're pretty good. Got some red peppers in here. Put out some Italian dressing, so it's a pretty good meal. You want to get for sure, maybe some fats. I'm not totally sure, but definitely carbs and protein for a post-workout meal. Protein to rebuild your muscles, and carbs to replenish glycogen, I guess. I think it's like sugar stored in your muscles. It's good stuff. Also got this Corona beer, so another thing I'm experimenting with right now is not drinking, and it's really cool. I'm not drinking alcohol. So this is non-alcoholic Corona called Corona Sun Brew, and it's decent. Yeah, the alcohol kept on making me underperform at work and stuff. I usually wouldn't be drunk at work, but this having a massive hangover at work, you know what I mean? And but I'll quit yapping. Well, I can keep yapping, but I think that's probably part of the reason you tuned in. But let me get on to my workout. So I went ahead and did a bit of a warm up. On the treadmill. I think I did a 3.5 minute warm up on like a speed like 4.5, I think, on the treadmill. And yeah, so did that for a while, and then I started into another warm up for the chest exercise that I was doing. So I started with a lightweight and did some dumbbell chest press. I'm totally gonna run out of battery. But yeah, so the warm-ups are to prevent injury. That was to prevent injury. Dumbbell chest press is a great exercise. then after warming up, I went on to do a bit heavier weight. And this is really lightweight for some people, but I haven't worked out seriously in like a long time. I used to be into it, but now I'm not so much into it. So yeah, moved on to heavier weight. This is for, works out basically, I think mostly your lower pecs. Lower chest muscles. Just pressing the root. The weight straight up, and I'm doing this because these exercises, after working out, doing resistance training, I think your body burns calories repairing itself, and so I'm trying to burn as many calories as possible. And so I did a few sets with like a heavier weight, just for myself, not for most people, but I've done about chest press, and then I moved on to shoulder press with dumbbells, warmed up again with that, with some lightweight. This works out the shoulders. Then I moved on to a heavier weight with shoulder press. Yeah, it was pretty good workout. I kind of like hurt. My wrist was kind of sore when I was doing it. I don't know. I hope that goes away. I hope it's just because I haven't done it for so long, but so that's a pretty good workout. I find that, in my opinion, and a lot of people think this way, I think as well, doing compound exercises, multi-joint exercises, helps to burn more calories than isolation exercises. And what that means is that, like when I do dumbbell chest press, right, I'm using my elbows. My elbows are moving, and my shoulder joint's moving, and there's multiple muscles that move. My triceps are doing some of the work, and my chest is doing the main job. And so that burns more calories than just an isolation single joint exercise, like tricep push downs, something like that, where you're just your elbows moving, and it only works out your triceps. Only one joint's moving, and only one muscle group's working, and worked at one time. So that's what I recommend. If you're gonna work out and you want to lose weight, I would recommend compound exercises and multi-joint exercises. I have a background in kinesiology to study human movement, but I pretty much, I was gonna say like Andy up at office, I was drunk the entire time. I wasn't drunk the entire time, but I did party a lot and stuff, so yeah. So I don't claim to be an authority on this stuff, but I think I'm gonna do a little review here on. I've been talking about this movie a lot lately in my videos, but the movie Dark Horse came out in 2011, and it's by, I think, Todd Solondz is, I think, his last name is. But I'm going to do it more in depth than I normally do, because I remember Ryan S. RLS as ASMR. Yeah, as a YouTube channel, ASMR. Yeah, it's like, I don't know how many subscribers, a lot, but he was saying he liked that video that I did outdoors, and I talked about the movie Bookie Nights. I did kind of a review, and so I thought maybe some people would like it if I did a bit of a movie review. But if I did, I'm gonna quote The Office again, the American version. I really love that show. If I do a review and try to say whether convince you whether it's good or bad in the movie, it'll just turn on me saying like Andy does on The Office. He said, "I'll be a food critic. These muffins taste bad," and that'll be like my review. I don't have the vocabulary to be able to properly critique a movie and review it and stuff like that. I don't see with the what do you call the cinematics were and stuff. I don't know. But if I go, maybe not all the scenes, but just explain some of the scenes. And this is your spoiler now. I'm going to be explaining about this movie, so I never had to watch it before watching the rest of this video. But if I go ahead and explain basically the different scenes and stuff like that, it might be kind of interesting. So this movie, it's about, the typical kind of, I guess I should say it's a bit of the loser character. Now, and that's because, there's, again, this guy's about 35, he lives with his parents. If you live with your parents at that age, you're not a loser, but that's kind of he falls into that stereotypical category. And but you can be a productive, self-actualized person by living with your parents, so I'll just get that out there, But the movie starts off and he's at a wedding reception and everybody's dancing and having a great time, except for him and this woman who's sitting beside him, who's about his age. And this guy is overweight, which I can't judge because I'm overweight now. But the girl's sitting there, not paying him much attention, and he tries to get her number, and she's trying to get away from him and to basically not give him her number. But he doesn't take the hint, and where he doesn't care. I think it's kind of showing that his desperation. I think what it's kind of showing is that he waited too long, basically. Now he's 35. There was a ton of couples at the wedding. Everybody's taken, except for this girl. For reasons that I think we'll get to a little bit further into the review. He I can't talk apparently. He ends up getting her number though. She reluctantly gives it to him, and then they go about their separate ways for a bit. And then this guy at work, he works for his dad, and instead of doing his work, he's looking at what kind of action figures to buy. Okay, so at some point, I might skip ahead a few scenes because, I want to watch the movie again actually, but I can't find it. Before these two, I'll admit this is kind of bad, but I used to watch free movies, which were probably illegal on the internet, but now I'm definitely willing to pay for the movie. I just can't find it. I don't know. Because I think it's on Amazon Prime, but only for US citizens, I think, so. The movie, it has a lot of parts in it that are kind of, is fantasy. Basically, it's showing, for instance, I'll explain a little bit further. Like, he calls this girl up. He got a number, right? And he calls her up, and then he's like, "Let's go on a date." And she's like, trying to not accept the date, but he doesn't really care, I guess. And he kind of like gets her address. He drives over to her house, and and then he kind of gets out of his vehicle, and I think the girl leaves Miranda in the movie, her name is, and then she says, "What are you doing here?" So, and she's actually living with her parents, and I think she's highly medicated, and she lets him in though, and he starts talking to her, and I think after the first or second date they have, I think she agrees to go on more dates with him, but she says to him, or he says to her, sorry, "Miranda, I want to marry you." It's after like the second date, and she's just like, "I'll think about it." And and then he goes over to her place again, and she invites him over. She says that she doesn't want to be a writer anymore. And she says she just wants to get married and have children. So she agrees to marry Abe. And she says something else though. She just tells him that she has a disease. I think it's hepatitis. It's a serious disease. And also, we find out that he's been sharing toothbrushes. And, Abe, Abe's father, he asks him at work, he's like, "Did you get those spreadsheets done that I wanted you to get done?" And Abe had clearly been slacking off. And then Abe says, basically, they get into an argument, and Abe says, at the end, he's like, "Fuck you, I quit." And he says, his father says, "You can pack up and move out of the house." And then Abe says, "You can program the TiVo yourself. So that's kind of like, you consider that I think to be like a really big contribution. I guess I should maybe contribute more to my parents, but got some tea here. It's Twinings peppermint, and just the packaging even of Twinings is amazing. How easily the cellophane opens and stuff like that. So, but he goes back to his parents' house after he quits, like later on that day. And his dad kind of stares at him and gives him kind of like a mean, not a mean look, but a serious look. And he kind of like just looks back at him, kind of like puts his eyes down a bit and stuff. And basically Abe's back at home now. And he comes in the next day do his job. And there's this woman who he works with who really adores him. And she had finished the spreadsheets for Abe. Yeah, so she gave Abe the spreadsheets. Abe kind of like throws them onto a table, his dad's desk, sorry. And his dad's like, "What are you doing here?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm getting my job, obviously." Abe's quite a rude character. He's obnoxious. He's kind of mean, kind of an asshole. And his dad actually gives him his job back. But a little while later, Abe sleeps in and misses an important meeting at work. Comes to work late. Tries his best to look like he's paying attention in the meeting, but it doesn't work too well. And his dad says to him, like, "Hey, you know what?" After the meeting, he's like, "Hey, we're giving this guy named Justin, I think his name is Justin, if I remember correctly, your job." And he says, "If we keep going like this, that's going to be the end of my company." And then he gets really upset. And he gets into his vehicle and pulls away from the office and then gets into a serious car accident. Now, I forgot to mention, I probably should have made better notes, but Eve has a brother who's a doctor, and they had talked on the phone a while ago. And Abe was giving his brother shit because 10 years ago, his brother had made plans with him to go to a place called Fire Island. I think it's like an amusement park with him, but decided to go with other friends to do something else. No, wait. He was supposed to go camping with Abe, I think, but he went to Fire Island instead. And Miranda comes in and says, we thought you were a goner. We thought you were a goner. And then Abe said, no, I'm still here and stuff like that. And Abe's like, I heard you were pregnant. And then Abe said, yeah, Miranda says. And Abe says, sorry, yeah, Abe says to Miranda, if you're pregnant with my kid, I know that probably everything's going to be alright for us. And Miranda says, like, don't worry, I'm not. And later on, a short while later, Abe turns like color orange or yellow. And his eyes turn yellow from the disease that he got from Miranda. And Miranda also, she said, she's all better now. She had the disease, but now she's cured. But Abe has it. He got it from her. Basically, Abe gets this disease and then he dies from it. And then a little bit later, they're standing at Abe's grave, his family, and you can see that his brother is holding Miranda, and Miranda is pregnant with his brother, Abe's brother's kid. Which is super savage. And I'll backtrack a bit. I was hearing this from other commenters on the movie. Abe, basically, his mom babies him. And one day at their house, Abe was going on a rant about, a very cynical rant about how awful human beings are and selfish, how selfish they are and stuff like that. Nobody cares, but he does have a woman who cares about him very deeply. Well, a couple actually. One is his mother, and the other is this lady that he works with, that lady who finished up those spreadsheets or reports for Abe that I was talking about earlier. And another important part of the movie, he's having this kind of like this, I don't know if you call it fantasy, because I guess it's not a fantasy, it's like a fantasy, but it's bad basically, so I don't know what you call that. It's not like it's something he wishes would happen in his life, but something that's teaching him a lesson, but that's painful. And this guy that he met earlier in the movie, he says to him, like, your society has given you every possible advantage in life, so, but you haven't taken advantage of it, so your feelings of inadequacy are powerful and unrelenting, and something like that. And if loving parents, just, I hate to say it, like I normally don't get into politics, this type of politics, but being like probably a white straight male, I mean, just living in the United States is already an advantage over people in countries where you're drinking dirty water and you have no money in. But I was watching this video about the guy critiquing Dark Horse, and he did a fantastic job. And he says it's really a story about a wasted life. Like, he's kind of this guy in this film is kind of like a failure, basically. The screenwriter, and I think he was the director as well, Todd Shalons, I think his name is. He said, like, the whole living with your parents in your 30s thing can be okay, but eventually it kind of can become a bit of a pathology. And I don't know how to explain pathology that well. I mean, you probably know what it is, but I did look it up on the freedictionary.com, and it says the anatomic or functional manifestations of a disease. And why I like the movie so much is because it shows how vicious life can be, basically, and how there can be a serious cost if you're complacent. There's a price to pay. Like going back to the beginning of the movie, there were no women available for him at that stage of his life, single women. At least that's what it was going to show, and I think that life should be hard, and I can't really explain why. I think life should be so difficult, but I think that because it can be so difficult, it makes your achievements in life that much sweeter. But he waited to find a woman, so he got desperate and picked the only woman who was available to him, and that woman was not really interested in him. And actually, they kissed, and she just said after they kissed, she's like, that could have been so much worse, so much worse. So he waited till his mid-30s to find a woman that were not available, and he got desperate and chose to stay with a woman even though she had a disease that infected him and killed him. He took the chance because he was desperate. So, but yeah, let me just see. But I'll move on now. Okay, this guy I've been following lately, Batman Cabo. He's this young gentleman. He has an OnlyFans, and he gives business advice on improving your credit, advice on making money. He's flashy, wears expensive wristwatches and jewelry, drives Ferraris and Bentleys and this and that. But he has an OnlyFans, and I talked about this before, but an OnlyFans isn't just about porn. You might think it is. That's maybe what you heard. There's a lot of porn on OnlyFans for sure, but it's like Patreon. It's like you can subscribe to a content creator and pay them money on a monthly basis. It'll come right out of your bank account, I think. So, but he has 60,000 subscribers, and he's charging 35 USD per subscriber per month, and that's just crazy money. I mean, holy shit! I can't believe it. Yeah, I'm running out of ideas for my YouTube videos. I'm not sure what to do. I think I found a solution. It's that, like, because I used to do Wikipedia reading articles, and I did that because previously I had been doing videos about my daily life and about past things that happened to me in the past and goals that I have for the future, and I basically ran out of things to talk about. And then I started doing the Wikipedia reading articles because there's an unlimited amount of Wikipedia reading articles. Or Wikipedia articles to read, sorry. And now, but I don't enjoy making those videos so much anymore, the Wikipedia ones. But, and you know what, I think my last one only got a little over 2,000 views. So it's also not making a whole lot of money off them either. But I think maybe a solution is to review movies, and that way I can have limited topics, because yeah, I mean, there's just unlimited movies. And I think I could probably get a bit better at being organized and not going, oh, well, I forgot about this thing, so I'll tell you about this now, and it's something that I should have mentioned 10 minutes ago. So if I get more organized, I think it probably would be okay. And so you can let me know if you want me to do that, do movie reviews. But yeah, dating online is strange. I used to think of dating, and a dating coach named Paul Janka said that if you approach two girls at a bar that are friends, and you try to just see which one likes you more, you're probably gonna end up with none. And there's an expression that goes around saying that if you chase two foxes, you end up with none, or maybe it's two rabbits, I forget. But it's like, because you can't, right? It's like you follow one rabbit down the path that's going veering off to the north, and then before you catch them, you switch your path to the other rabbit going south. It's like you're gonna catch nothing. Now, and so if you try to see which one likes you more, which girl likes you more, they're probably gonna be upset because you're not really, I don't know, you're not really showing that much interest in either one, and it's like neither girl feels valued. I don't know if I can explain it that well, but it never works. But online dating is it's weird. It's like you ask out a ton of girls online, or like a ton of girls online, and so it's a bit different. And then I think you have a moat around girls, right? At bars or in day-to-day life, there's a moat around each girl, and that's the fear of rejection, that possible moment of pain, and then that a guy can have when he gets rejected by a girl. When I don't know what to say, I just start eating. But so that makes it so that not a lot of guys will ask out a girl in person because they fear rejection. But online, rejection doesn't sting that much. So girls are getting asked out a lot more online, and it's difficult. And the girl can choose between 50 guys that are messaging her. It's kind of hard to compete. But I'd also like to talk a little bit about haters and people who are giving me a hard time online. I did a video where I was eating apples and not talking. It's an ASMR video. And a guy commented on that video and he said, some people build planes and cell phones and cars, and other people sit in front of a camera and eat with stuff all over their face. And he said, you expect both to be good work. And I saw this and I couldn't believe it, man. If you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. And that's really, I do those videos and those videos don't require a huge amount of effort, to be honest with you. But that doesn't mean they're not helping people sleep, or possibly helping people with their anxiety, or giving people pleasure, like giving people tingles. And those aren't the only videos that I do either. I do lots of videos that require me to write scripts, and I spend many hours writing scripts. And you know what? I just don't want to I don't want to go into it too much and sound too aggressive, because that's not a nice ASMR video. But it's just give me a break. And again, I'm trying to think of some of the other attacks that people have made, but yeah, it comes to the territory though. I do think most of it is envy. I haven't, compared to some YouTubers, I have a tiny channel with a tiny revenue per month, but I think some people are envious that I have a channel that's generating some money, and people are watching the videos, and people are going to sleep, falling asleep, or putting it on before they go to sleep, and people are watching my videos, and but let me just see. I was going to talk about come-ons that I missed from girls, but I don't know. I might talk about that at the end of this video. I can't guarantee it though. No guarantees, but let me just see. Now, I have a tip. Is if you want to travel. I used to have this idea. It was like, if you're going to travel, you should bounce around from country to country, and you should visit 10 different countries in a month or something like that. And But you know what? I had this one lady talk to me and she said, you know what, traveling is a lot of work. And I think she's right about that. And you have to book flights, you have to book hotels, you have to pack up your suitcase, you have to figure out where you're going in an area you're not used to being in. Yeah, I mean, traveling is a lot of work, and you can spend like a month long in India and have a great time. That's interesting. An experience what it's like to live there, and so that's what I recommend if you're thinking about traveling. Don't necessarily think about bouncing around to a million different places, because you're gonna spend half your time working and it's gonna be tiring. Go to one place, maybe two places, stay there for a while, do it like that, yeah. But I was watching I don't know if you've seen him, Gary Vaynerchuk, and he owns I think it's like a marketing company, and but he's also like this personality he has a personal brand on YouTube and stuff like that. He does like motivational talks and stuff like that, and gives business advice. But you know, he said that everybody wants to like start the next Facebook, or what else would there be? Yeah, like start the next Facebook, or be like the next business mogul or something. And instead of like, you could be a number 6 at a big company and make hundreds of thousands of dollars, you know, and have a great career being even way down the line, number 6, instead of being the first guy or being the founder of something. And I don't think there's always this need to have this top position at a company, and I'm trying to make it my new goal now is to make $500 a month from YouTube, and I'm not sure if I'll make it this month. I had a couple big super chats in the past couple months, which were like $100 for 1 month, $200 for the other, but that was before YouTube's cut. YouTube takes a percent, I think 30%, but that was American dollars, which is stronger than Canadian dollar, of course. So they added greatly to my revenue for the month, but other than that, I've been getting a script together for making a comedy video, which is pretty cool. And I have basically the main jokes and the main points, and I just have to flesh it out. And I got guys that I work with wanting to be in my comedy video, so they're gonna be actors, and so that'll be cool. But I have also an idea for freestyle rapping. I'm gonna play maybe a beat and do maybe like a live freestyle rap. I'm not totally sure, but yeah. But now I'm thinking about buying I keep on mentioning this in my videos, but maybe buying a laptop for video editing. That way I can edit videos overseas when I'm on my vacation. Because right now I just have an iMac, which is big and bulky. You can't really take it overseas. So, but I had a guy threatening my life when last time I was there, and I got in a fight with him, and it was basically over a girl. I said that this girl had been cheating on her boyfriend with that guy that I fought and stuff, so I don't know if I should go there, to be honest with you, and put out videos, because then people will know that I'm there, and then maybe he'll send his goons after me if he has any. I don't know if it was so, but I have to figure that if I can't really control my sleep schedule, which I have not been able to do that well lately, and maybe I could just be productive at night, making videos and stuff like that. But lastly, I'd like to just talk about, I don't know if you've seen it, Dragon Ball Z at the show, and it's pretty cool stuff, and it's like a cartoon, but It's about like warriors that fight and stuff like that, and they have different like they can power up with energies and stuff. And but there was a guy named Vegeta in the show. He was like one of the main characters, and he was always trying to be as good as another character in the show, probably the main character, Goku, but he could never quite do it. And they were both warriors, and he was trying to turn Super Saiyan, which is like you power up and you achieve like a higher power level, a much higher power level, and your hair turns blonde. And I mean, I wouldn't worry about your hair turning blonde, but I mean, I think that he was always trying to. Okay, so he's always trying to be as good as Goku, but he couldn't. But eventually, he was at. And he tried to turn Super Saiyan once and didn't work. But he was on another planet, and all of a sudden, all these asteroids and meteors started falling on the planet. And he had to fight for his life, and he basically said, like, I don't care about being as powerful as Goku anymore. I don't care anymore. And in that moment, he turned Super Saiyan, which is pretty cool. So, and then there's Goku, who his friends and family were killed by a warlord and his henchman named Frieza. And he basically said to Frieza, he was fighting him, and said, I won't let you get away with this. And then he powered up to Super Saiyan. So I think basically what it's trying to teach you is there's two ways of achieving transcendence, and one is to do it for the greater good, to help out others probably, and to out of necessity, and something outside yourself, and that's one way, and that was Goku's way. And there's the Vegeta's way, which is to be totally detached from your ego and stuff like that. I don't know. And to not care about what people think of you. And to not try to be better than somebody, but being bettering yourself for your own reasons. I don't think I'm explaining this so well, but anyway, I'll give it a shot. But thanks for watching. Goodbye.